You can get a lot of dates very quickly with dating apps. Like try use the 1 hour boost. The 1 hour, once your Hinge profile is checked off of us, you run a 1 hour boost, a 1 hour $8 boost or whatever, £8 boost or whatever it is. You run that at like 7, 8 p.m. in the evening on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening. On Hinge, you have to run the boosts. On Bumble, you have to run spotlights. On Tinder, you have to run boosts. If your profile is good, the more you spend, the more you'll get. See, remember when I posted that in the group? Because I did it myself. And I was like, holy shit. So I was like, that's why I put it there. That's why I put the goal there. 24-hour boost on Hinge on a Sunday evening, 6 p.m., boom. If you were to do a 1 hour boost 3 times a week, then just do 1 24-hour boost or 2 24-hour boosts a week. Try it out. Because it's just a measure of how much am I willing to spend to get a date. This is just an ad. We actually also have like strategies where you can run ads on Instagram about yourself and then DM the girls. So basically what you'll do is you run the best picture of yourself just as an ad. Girls like it, every girl who likes it, you DM. Congrats. Without boosts, you're not gonna get any results. Like you'll have to run the boosts. And if you realize, okay, the 1 hour boost or the 24-hour boost is better, then use that one. You can try purchasing, roses on Hinge are way, way, way overpriced. I would not recommend them for most people. You can try it out. You can try purchasing $30 worth of roses and see if that gets you dates. How much money do I have to spend in roses to get one date? Do I have to spend $50 in roses to get one date? Do I have to spend 100? Do I have to spend 30? So it's just an ROI calculation. Because remember, dating apps only need to get you 2 to 4 dates a month. The rest can come from Instagram direct messages and approaches. When I started meeting women, it was so weird for me to give them compliments. I couldn't get them out. It felt fake, it felt mechanic, it felt robotic. But then I had to ask myself, is it really or is it just that I'm not used to it? Is it fake to give a compliment that I genuinely believe in? Because you're not supposed to compliment her on anything that you don't genuinely feel. You only compliment what you actually believe. Posture is a big one for me. If she genuinely has cute facial expressions. You have the cutest facial expressions when you're trying to explain something, for example. No. The reason nothing is coming to mind is because you haven't said the line 50 times at home. Right. Say the compliment 50 times at home and it's gonna come. People are rewarded in public for what they've practiced for years in private. Say every compliment 100 times. Let me give you a little analogy. When I was 16 years of age, I started training karate and there was this one combination of like 7, 8, 11 different moves and strikes. I really loved that combination. So I practiced it at home 2,000 times over the course of 10 days. I did it 200 times at night, after school, in training for 10 days. I wanted to do 10,000 and I quit after 2,000. I was like, fine, 2,000 is all right. I did that for the following 7 years in karate. It was my signature move because I practiced it 2,000 times over 10 days. 200 times every night for 10 days. And then it came out wherever I was. It became so natural. If it doesn't feel natural for you to give compliments, it's only because you haven't done it. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you jerked off with the left hand? Exactly. Imagine you were to try to do that right now. It would feel a bit weird, wouldn't it? It would feel wrong. Not because there's anything inherently wrong with your left hand. In fact, it could be quite great variety. A little tip for you here. It's just because you're not used to it. Things feel unnatural because we haven't done them. Everybody, little experiment. If you're not driving, do this. Just lock your hands for a second like this, everybody. Quick. Everybody. Now, move up one position. Do this. Doesn't that feel a little weird? Hold it. So go back to the way you normally have it. Put them together the way you normally have them. And now move up one. It doesn't sit quite right, does it? So Jordan Peterson says this, and I'm not sure if it's true, but he says that memory exercises or cognitive exercises don't really improve neural connections that well. The thing that's best shown to prevent cognitive decline in the long term and to improve cognition, exercise. Exactly, yes. By far, strength training. So the interesting thing is that if you want to live longer, it's VO2 max. But if you want to live longer with more cognitive ability, it's strength training. Strength training has the greatest impact on cognition. Come back full circle, if you don't feel comfortable saying something, it's not about faking it, it's just because you're not used to it. Neuroplasticity is real. We are the apex predator. We are incredibly adaptable. It's just habits. You have habits on what you focus on. Whether you focus on what you can control, what you can't control. Whether you focus on the words I'm gonna say or the rejection that I'm gonna get. The habit of how you speak to yourself internally, whether it's constantly self-defeating or whether your default is pure self-empowerment, that is just a habit. Whether you use your body in an empowering way, whether you speak with certainty or you sound like a little bitch, that's just a habit. I can speak as loud as I speak, and I can be passionate and certain, or I can be totally calm and have a lot of certainty behind it. Find your own way in terms of tonality and pitch and expressions, your own authentic style, but it's just a habit. Compliment her.
400 times a day.
Yeah, here's a really good compliment. You're the girl. You go to the gym?
Yes.
So that's not just all good genetics? Okay. Oh, so you're telling me your mom is hot? Okay. Gotcha. Because most guys, I would literally see guys talking to us, be like, hey, it's great Paddy's Day. Do you know where we can find this or that restaurant? Do you know how to get boring? To be able to capture somebody's attention when there's literally 1,000 people around, music, drinks being spilled on her, all these competing stimuli, to be able to capture her attention like that, that's skill set. You don't have to go to bars or clubs to find somebody. And bars and clubs are very different, but if you go, you have to learn to capture her attention. And you do that by being different in your communication, by saying things most people won't say. But you gotta go into storytelling. You don't have any stories. Write them the fuck down. Every single one of you has exciting stories about your lives. Write them down, have them ready to go. Whatever the scenarios, I'll have something to say. Because my standard is so low for what I can say. My standard is so low. I'll allow myself to talk about anything. The opener doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you open the conversation. You can open with anything, as long as it's not a boring question. No. Long distance is good as long as it's non-exclusive. The whole premise of long distance is it has to be non-exclusive for a period of time until she moves to where you are. Now that is different. If you see for your own mission as a man and your own path, it's gonna bring me to London anyway and it might make sense, then go. Never move cities just to be with a woman and neglect your life and your career. I've seen this in tech companies where there was a girl I was working with back in my previous life when I was still working in one. Her boyfriend was doing investment banking in London. He gives it all up to work in tech sales in Dublin. Very different, very good career for some people. And a lot less demanding. And you can actually make an argument that tech sales pay a lot more in comparison to the actual hours you work, because investment banking is pretty fucking hardcore, right? He didn't like it at all. He didn't know anybody. He just moved to Dublin because of her. She eventually, I think, ended up breaking up with him. I'm not sure if she cheated on him, but it was a bad story. Never move somewhere just because of her. If you like London, if you're gonna go there anyway, if it makes sense for you for your career, and time-wise, you're gonna move in the next 12 months anyway, and you kind of can make it work, yeah, then you can move. But you have to be perfectly okay with her leaving you 1 month after you move there. If you're not okay with it breaking down and you having a life without her in a new location that you have chosen without her, do not move there. But if you can see yourself going there, hey, no problem. But long distance, you only make it exclusive once you actually get there. There is no iron rule. Obviously, somehow it's made up, but it's based on data, and that data is based on how long is it usually going to take us to move somewhere and figure things out. You don't want to make it exclusive, because the second you make it exclusive, you're going to worry about her cheating on you. Because as long as it's non-exclusive, she can do whatever she wants and it's all fine. Long distance, only non-exclusive with several options. And then you realize after like 3 to 6 to 9 months that it's going to be better with one, and then you're going to go. No problem. That's fine. But she has to come visit you several times. She has to invest a lot. It makes sense to go for the one who's more interested in you. They will show you who's more interested in you. If you match on a dating app, you don't have to clarify it is a date. Normally, if you match on a dating app and she says, I'm going to bring a friend, then I would say, maybe one of the next times, but it wouldn't be a date if you were to bring somebody. Unless she goes, well, we can have a date, the 3 of us, well, then you know what's up. But most of the time, almost always, no, she's not supposed to bring a friend along. But in this particular situation, maybe her friend is just visiting her. She doesn't want to leave her alone, but she also wants the date. Maybe she's just being time efficient. She wants you and her friend to be there. She just wants to have a fun experience. And she might want to be able to see whether you're actually socially acute enough to be able to have romantic interests with her and navigate things with her friend. Be friend to friend, be nice to the friend, fun and playful, and only intimate compliments towards her. Intent only here. Fun, playful, lighthearted, safe here. And they're both standing in front of you like this. We're sitting. Listen, bro, it's not as complicated as you make it out to be. You just don't give her compliments. You don't look at her the same way. You're like front, intent, intent. It's feeling and it's verbal as well as non-verbal. You just have no escalation, verbal and non-verbal escalation with the one you're not interested in. But the one that you're interested in, you do that with. So that's it. Yeah, but it's even like you're talking, and then boom. Even just the way you hold eye contact. It's a little bit longer. I just intentionally, I feel my intent towards her, and I don't feel it here. I'm just like, yeah, it's super nice here, and just like, Not totally different. It's still normal. It's not as crazy, but it is subtle. But you're not gonna go over the top sexual, and usually the friend is fine with it being sexual. It's not a problem because you're not gonna go crazy. You're gonna go gradual, step by step by step. And the most important thing is that it's fun and lighthearted. With a little bit of it. It's like it only has to have like a little bit of it. It's fun. They have to laugh. You have to have good emotions. It's hilarious. You say shit most people wouldn't say. You're provocative. That's more important. The friend can't cock block. The friend is coming to a date. That was a great answer. That was a great answer. Given that I'm seeing these two other ladies, I don't mind. Great answer. Because now you can. Because you going on a fourth date is really not needy, but you're genuinely coming from abundance. There's only ever two reasons that I've realized from past experiences with clients. It's either she has extremely low sex drive in these situations, or she has a very, very strong frame and it has to go her way. But most of the time, it's just she just doesn't enjoy physical touch as much. And she literally told you that. Well done for doing it. And then allow the pissed offness and the anger to move you forward. Because remember, pain is supposed to move us into action. It's not supposed to make us suffer. Pain is supposed to move us into action. It's not supposed to make us suffer. Good job. And now, raise the standard. Raise the standard. And now, massive action. Yeah, but what do you mean it didn't go great? It went as good as it possibly couldn't have gotten, considering that the man she's fucking on a regular basis was standing right there. You did good, man. Amazing. But the most important thing is the habit of the internal dialogue. Who the fuck would have the courage, would have the balls to do what I just did? Who the fuck is able to do what I just did? Nobody. All these other men thought about... How many men walked by this woman today and thought about doing what you just did and didn't? Google Calendar. Google Calendar. Block the time. Tony Robbins has been saying for 40 years, things only become real when you block them in the calendar. Literally block time. If your assistant has access to your calendar, don't call it approaching, call it walking. Okay, fair, but don't get stuck in mental masturbation either. Because letting a question like that demobilize you doesn't make sense either, because you have 16 hours in a day. Let that question, but it makes sense. Let it work in the back of your mind while you take action. Do it ASAP. You did one approach now. Build on the momentum. You did it. It's awesome. Now build more. Block time. 20 approaches a week. 10 to 20 a week. Nothing will change your life faster than 20 approaches a week. Anywhere, any place and time, doesn't matter. Maybe not on a funeral, but other than that, let's go. You can do it anywhere. I mean, in a hospital, not in church, not during ceremony, but afterwards perhaps, in the movies. The only places you really shouldn't are your social circles. The bar you go to regularly, the staff members you don't hit on. The gym you go to regularly, I wouldn't necessarily. Right. Your social circles, I wouldn't. Other than that, anywhere, let's go. One success, one approach, you exchange a number, it'll give you a high for the next couple hours. It's the winner effect. It boosts your testosterone. It boosts your dopamine. It is the winner effect. And if you get pain, if you get a rejection, you can actually train yourself to be like, yeah, give me more pain. Yes, give me more rejections until I get it. As Les Brown said, it's not over until I win. It's not over until I win. I'm gonna keep hammering that wall. I'm gonna keep hammering that wall. Nothing seems going well. Rejection. Another one. Rejection. Another one. Rejection. Another one. Boom. And then it opens up. And it always does. Couple of shit dates in a row. You're like, fuck this. I hate this. It's not going well. They're not texting back. I don't feel good about myself. And you keep approaching. You keep going. Boom. And you have this amazing date. And it's just beautiful. There's a little bit of conflict, but that's not a problem. You set the bar high. You can always go, cool, no problem. We can just meet somewhere else. You can just say, cool, no problem. You don't make it an issue, but you've set the bar so they know where it's going. And then you can always go, cool, no worries. But you negotiate here. You set the price here. And then you can just go, okay, well, we'll sell here. And then she goes, actually, I wouldn't. If you say let's, then you're like, okay. If you say, would you? But actually, now that you ask me in such an open-ended fashion, that implies that I have a choice, which obviously she does. No. I wouldn't. Don't wear t-shirts if you're skinny. If you're skinny, wear shirts and roll them up to your sleeves. Yeah. Just like don't wear t-shirts. In photos, in real life, it doesn't fucking matter. On photos, on dating apps, only shirts rolled up to the sleeve. Listen, the criteria we're judging is not whether money is exchanged, but whether or not the person has skills. And most people don't know somebody like that. If you know somebody who's a professional photographer and he's willing to do it for free, or because you give him a back massage in exchange, I'm fine with that. It's just, again, you can't fix this properly now. Just next time, let her come to yours first. Don't go to hers twice. Once you can, I would first time, even just for the first date, I wouldn't go all the way to her. I would either meet in the middle or let her come to yours. Not straight away, but suggest a bar that's near your place first. She says, I don't know. Cool, no worries, we can meet in the middle. What I would do is this. This is what I did in the past and it works very well. You say, let's meet here. You just say, let's meet at bar ABC at 7 p.m. on Friday, question mark. She says, can we maybe meet here? And she suggests a bar that's close to her place or in the middle. And then you can just say, how about we do that next time? And this time we go here, smiley. That recovers 20 to 60% of the objections. How about next time? It's also great for her because it shows her, oh, he's actually interested in seeing me potentially more times, which you are obviously, and then you can boom. And then next time, no problem. If she comes to your place, she's invested, then you can actually go to a bar that's close to her place for the next time. You're negotiating, it's a game. You're just taking it serious. You're just like, you get tense. You're just like, hey, it's a game, playful. Not you're manipulating her, it's a game you're playing together. It's not you're playing a game with her or she's playing a game with you. You're together playing a game of volleyball or chess. You should make stories every day for dating purposes. Get her number, don't get her, get her Instagram. Get her Instagram, don't get her number. Because you think, oh, number is more intimate. Yeah, but if she watches your Instagram, every story you post where you're in it, don't just post random shit. Post you in it, looking good in some way, shape, or form. It is like a follow-up message. Because every day you're top of mind. You're still emotionally relevant. Without it, you'll either have to text or you'll have to have a call, which is an investment. No problem. But investment in, investment up, value down. And it's just a habit, by the way. Let me guys show you. Let me amuse you guys. You guys want to see some Instagram stories from back in the day when I first started? I'll show you. Let's see if I can scroll back to 2018. Boy, it's loading. It has like thousands and thousands and thousands of Instagram stories that it's loading right now. You have to give it a second. And then I can show you what I posted. I had like 300, 400, 500, 600 followers, not 500,000. The stories that I posted, they weren't special, but they got me dates because you stay emotionally relevant. Why do big companies run advertising campaigns that are centered around awareness and not conversion? Because you want to just stay top of mind. Because if you don't, somebody else does. No such thing as a single woman. She's always desired by somebody. Aha, here we go. Hilarious. Literally shit like this. How stupid. Stupid, but simple, okay? Then me making YouTube videos.
The only problem is that iMovie is so...
But again, it's like, you can see it's my face a lot. You see that? It's a lot of my face. It's not just you guys, like, you have to put your fucking face, make yourself look good for fuck's sake, obviously. Talk into the fucking camera. If you really want to stand out to girls, hold the camera high, hold it in front of your face, don't hold it like this close. Hold it far away and talk into the camera and do Instagram stories. Trust me, it works. If a girl that you approached the day before sees this, does she trust you more or less? Why do I still have this on my Instagram? When people find me on the internet and they see some ginger yelling about dating advice, and then they see actual people in a room like this who can relate to him, it's trust-building elements. Think about like what's masculine. But again, don't take yourself too serious either. I'm not being like, oh, I'm only posting masculine elements. I'm also showing that I'm not taking myself too serious.